All right, everybody. We're going to talk about possessive nouns. Here we go. Let's do this. Boom.
My town, robot. And it ain't big enough for the two of us. Whatevs, it's still my town. Dear Tim and Moby, what are possessives? Thanks, Titus. In grammar, possessives are words and phrases that indicate possession. In other words, that something belongs to something else. Take possessive nouns. A possessive noun is a special version of a regular noun. It tells us that something belongs to someone or something. Well,
So if I say, let's try one. If I wanted to say it is John's, the ball belonging to John, how could we say that using an apostrophe S? I sort of spelled it out. Hooper. How could we say that? John's ball. So we would say this, right? John's ball, right? Is that right? What are we missing? Right. We need to add that apostrophe right there. So let me ask you this. You guys ready? How many Johns are there? One. There's only one John. The apostrophe S is to show that the ball belongs to who? What if I say the book belonging to Josh? How do we say it? We would say what? Josh's book. So how would we spell that? Go ahead, Shelby. How many Joshes are there? There's only one, right? Josh's book. Apostrophe S is used to show belonging or possession, right? All right, and that's what they're going to talk about right here.
to turn a regular noun into a possessive noun, you have to add a little extra something. For singular nouns, it's usually an apostrophe followed by an S. Let's just pretend for a second that this town belongs to Moby. To indicate Moby's possession of the town, I add an apostrophe S to Moby. But doing that is not a universal rule. For example, what happens when the noun you want to turn into a possessive already ends with an S? Or what if a noun ends in a double S?
Whoa.
Fortunately, the answer isn't cut and dry. Some people like to put an apostrophe S at the end, and others prefer to just add an apostrophe.
I like just adding the apostrophe S. Why not? Who cares? All right? Just add the apostrophe S to those words. That works. But some people just drop the S and put an apostrophe. Take a look.
After that final S. The same rule applies when you're dealing with nouns that end in a silent S, like Arkansas and Illinois. Some people add an apostrophe S, and others just tack on an apostrophe. It's one of those rare times in grammar when two different answers are both correct. No, plural nouns are a different story. As you know, most plural nouns already end in S. When you've got a plural noun, you just add an apostrophe to the end of the word, never an apostrophe S.
Look, let's go back a little. Okay? There are two dogs there, but the bone belongs to both of them. So the dog's bone, right? Both dogs. So if you want it to be an apostrophe, plural possessive, then it's S apostrophe, right? The hats, the stripes, the hat's stripe, right? There's multiple hats. So it's S apostrophe. Does that make sense? Okay.
Add an apostrophe to the end of the word, never an apostrophe S. So the dog's bone in its hands. I didn't even think of that. For nouns that have irregular plural forms, like how mice is the plural of mouse, go with the original apostrophe S rule. Some nouns don't change at all when they're pluralized, like deer and moose can refer to one animal or many animals.
We just did this, right? Right, Lorik?
Save some of those for me. Anyway, in this case, you add an apostrophe S, whether you're talking about one deer or a whole herd of them. That's a good catch, Moby.
No, boy.
Hold your horses, partner. Here's one other thing I need to tell you about possessives. Possessive pronouns are special versions of regular pronouns like I, you, and she. But unlike nouns, they don't require any additional letters or apostrophes.
Yep,
to
I
show
would be
that something
my.
belongs to them. Instead, every pronoun has its very own
You is your,
one-of-a-kind
we is
possessive
our,
form.
they is their.
Since I own this town, it's also my town. It's mine. Here? That's true. Sometimes using of works better than the possessive, especially in poetry and literature. For example, the lyric, "The land of the free and the home of the brave" wouldn't sound right as the free's land and the brave's home. And Wrath's grapes wouldn't be as catchy as the grapes of wrath. It's really a judgment call. Depending on the context, you have to decide when that of construction sounds better. Moby?
The
You think
saloon
that
of
sounds
Moby.
better? Man, you really have a tin ear.
All right, so let's take a look. We have our little bit of language tonight, and we'll just go over that really quick. So take a look. It says we're going to do 7 and 8. So it says, look, read the sentence, look at the bold noun, and write the possessive form on the line. Okay, so yesterday was my school career day. Uh-oh. Yeah, we've got to figure that out. So how would that go? Somebody spell it out for me. SCHOOL apostrophe S. Is that Lorik? Lorik is on a roll. Is that Blake? That's good job, buddy. One more. I'll do one more. The first visitor to our class was my friend mother. Does that even sound right? How spell it out for me? How should it be? Oh, no. I'm pointing at her. Go ahead. FR. Very good. So do you guys understand what you're going to be doing there? Great. Let's look at number 8. Plural possessives. Remember, they already have an S in their plural. So there's multiple students, there's multiple workers, there's multiple schools, there's multiple books. But we want to show that something belongs to all those things, right? So we're just going to add an apostrophe after the S, right? So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the first one. Ready? The blank names are Jets and Hawks. So there's 2 of these. What are these called? What are they? Jets and Hawks. They are what? Hooper. They are what? No, not players. What are they? Those are what? Teams. So they would be like this. TEAMS apostrophe, right? Because there's more than one team. But we want to show that the names belong to those teams, right? Does that make sense? All right. Hooper, go up there. All right, one more time. Let's try this. The blank names are Coach Hill and Coach Miller. Joshy, what are those? The blank names are Coach Hill or Coach Miller. Which one of these? Are they talking about players, uniforms, teams, parents, helmets, coaches, girls, snakes? Or skates? What is it, Josh? Yeah, so let's do it. COACHES. What do we need to put at the end? Apostrophe. You guys got it? All right, that is your homework for tonight. Tadero out.